Um, so that's a pretty decent move down. Obviously, most stocks are going to be red pre-market this morning. So, obviously it's something to consider. But if we're down 0.5% or maybe even a full percent, I'd consider being a little more aggressive off the open. But considering we're down 1.5% here pre-market, I don't want to rush a downside trade here right off the open. So, as you guys could probably guess, the price action that I want to see is a bounce off the open. Not crazy, but I want it to be somewhat significant. For Tesla here, for example, maybe we could see something exactly like we saw on Monday, I think, right? The 6th, or sorry, not the 6th, the 4th. What was that? Maybe Tuesday? I don't know. Anyways, right, we're opening up right around 270. We bounced all the way up to about 277, 276, and then we rolled over. So I would like to see something like that. There is not a chance in the world that I'm going to try to take puts right off the open, no matter what candles I see. I have to see some sort of relief bounce before I go downside here, just because, could we go from down 1.5% straight down to 2%? Sure, but I think there's a much higher chance that we're going to see a bounce here. So um, I want to make that explicitly clear to everyone that I'm not going to be chasing anything off the open. I have to see a full bounce first. And if it comes and it just opens up and breaks 270 right off the bat, that's okay. It can go all the way down to 265 if it wants. But I have to see it then bounce, maybe retest 270 and then roll back over, if that makes sense. So again, I'm not going to rush anything before I even consider buying any sort of puts. I'm going to have to see some sort of bounce. Yes, I'm looking at Tesla. Let's see. Let me check out this IV. I bet it's still pretty high. IV for Tesla, 92% on Interactive Brokers, about 110%. So call it around 100%, whatever. So pretty expensive, guys. So once again, I'm gonna probably go 260 puts. It is Thursday, so they're not gonna be as expensive as they were on Tuesday, but they're not gonna be cheap. So I'm probably gonna go 260s. Even 265s could work, but I mean, you guys could go 255s or 250s. Those will work as well. So I'm going to start with the 260s, but I'm also going to load up the 265s in case I want to do that. I don't know, but again, I could even switch all the way to the 255s or 250s. So yes, again, just another downside trade on Tesla, right? I mean, we're not getting perfect lows. If you guys go and read my trade idea that I put in this morning, I'll take a screenshot of it for you free people who don't have access to that. I post this stuff every day. Basically, just looking for this uptrend to break. No, this isn't an A+ setup, but we have an uptrend here. We have a weak market. When you break an uptrend, just like a bear flag that I've traded a couple times recently, that just picks up downside momentum. And this could slip up pretty easily, right? Through 270, you could easily get to yesterday's low at 267 and 71 cents. And then we have about a $7 drop or $6 drop down to the low from Tuesday at 261.84. We break that, 260 to me is inevitable, and then it's just a free fall. So this is just an area where selling pressure can pick up. I'm not looking to hold things for a long time. I'm looking for, a quick boom, boom, low of the day, catch 15, 20, 30%, get out. Could I slowly scale out? Sure, but I'm probably not going to. It's been already kind of a crazy week. We see the market bounce and then it sells right off. The market bounce, sells right off. So I don't want to be too exposed. I don't want to be too aggressive. So be smart. Are there any questions? Paper-handed bear on X. I am going to be eyeing puts on Tesla this morning. Either for the market. Did you trade Apple twice? I did trade Apple twice. Yeah. Actually, I think I traded it 3 times. Just little baby scalps. Boom, boom. It was pretty nice. So thanks for that, Latvian. Hey, Ethan, before the market opens, could you look at LMT if like a 1-week swing play? Yeah. So you looking at swing calls or puts? Oh, thanks, Mastermind. Calls, LMT. Yeah, so I mean, there's a gap up here on LMT. Now, anytime I want to look at Lockheed Martin, it's going to be when there's some sort of turmoil going on, because this is a defense stock, right? So when there's like a new war in Russia or whatever, that's time to look at it. Other than that, I don't look at Lockheed as a technical stock. No, I don't have those glasses on right now, but I might. Those are like the best blue light glasses I've ever bought. So I don't care how much y'all make fun of me. They are awesome. But yeah, so yeah, to me, I only would trade this when there's some sort of fundamental, like, economical move behind it that'll bring volume into it. But then again, as long as you have some sort of risk management here, like a break under 450 is your stop loss, and you want to get in here and see if this can get up to 470, 480, get into the gap, that makes sense. Any idea on shop? No, I mean, shop's just kind of been beat down with the market here. We have looks like there's a little bit of a gap under here, down in about $90. Starting to bounce. Could be a double bottom, could not. To me, it's like it's not really a stock I look to trade. Could it bounce here? 100%. Could it slowly bounce and roll back over and break through $100? It could do that too. To me, I don't really want to be guessing a bottom right now on any of these tech stocks. I'd rather just kind of keep playing the new lows with small size until it's kind of confirmed that we're starting to bounce. Like, I would be looking for this to roll back over and we play a breakthrough $100, and then that low there about $98, and then you're in the gap and it could slip even more. So, all right, guys, we got about 1 minute left. Let's kind of focus here on Tesla. Again, I got the 260 puts loaded up. You could go to 55s, you can go to 50s, but further you go out of the money, it is, I guess, somewhat riskier percentage-wise, but obviously it's going to be a bit cheaper. So let's see, this gap goes all the way down to about 252. So I'm going to remove this. It looks a little bit better. Again, guys, I have to see a bounce here off the open. I will not be chasing anything to the downside if there is no bounce. Yeah, Mastermind, I wish. I've just been waiting on snow. Wow, it's down $10 here pre-market. All right, 15 seconds here. Got to see a bounce. Ideally above 275, and then we roll back over, play the low of the day through 270. Pretty much the same thing that we did the other day. I don't care if this goes right through, guys. I will not chase it. Market's selling off right as we opened up, though. That's kind of interesting. All right. So we broke right through. Again, not chasing this stuff, guys. I don't care. easy chance to get caught trying to chase this low. So I'm going to let it do whatever it wants. If it wants to come all the way down to 265, like I said, it can do that. I want to see kind of a retest of 270, then see it roll back over. Let's see. Yesterday's low is 267.71. So we're almost right on that. Looks like we're about to come break that as well. Still selling off here. That sucks. His contract's already up 30%. I don't care. Let it do whatever it wants, guys. Retesting 270. Kinda. Projecting pretty well there. Market's still making lows. Got to give it time. I'm not chasing this. I mean, you know, you can argue it kind of retested 270, but not enough for me. Market is just absolutely getting crushed here. At least NQ is, and Tesla's not really getting affected by it. So this could bounce pretty hard, especially if the overall market bounces here. This may just go right through yesterday's low. Yeah, here it goes. Right at it. Broke it barely. I don't care about any of this stuff, guys. I'll wait for that like 261 level. Because that's kind of the lows I was looking at. But look, you know, this is why I was considering this, is because now we've officially broken that uptrend here. Hope y'all can see that on my screen. We now broke the uptrend. This is kind of starting to help this pick up momentum here. It sucks that I've kind of missed this, because this was where, to me, that momentum would start picking up. But obviously very, very risky to chase it like that, because this could just bounce right off this area that it bounced off yesterday and go back up. So if it wants to just keep falling, that's fine. If we get under 265, maybe we can see a break and retest there, and we can play the lows through 260, 262 through these lows here, 261.84, and then we're off. We can go break 260 then. But again, please don't try to chase this stuff without me. Much rather just miss out on some of these little tiny moves than force anything here. I mean, one little candle bounce, we're straight back down. To me, Tesla's not falling as hard as the overall market. So that makes me even more hesitant to trade the downside here without some sort of relief bounce for a safer entry. This is where I would like to see it bounce up and start kind of retesting 270 for a couple minutes and then roll back over. That's, to me, what would make this kind of a healthier, cleaner downside trade here. So just be patient, guys. No reason to force it right now. This is a total coin flip if you want to get in right here. And I think there's a higher chance of it going against you. NQ and SPY kind of bounced a little bit. This is where you can see one candle just go straight up for 270. Tesla's not really bouncing, though, so now it almost looks like it's weaker. NQ and SPY rolling over. New low of the day. That's fine. Let's see here. 265 does have that a 75,000 wall. So that's okay. We're still looking at the 260 puts here. They're about $500 a piece. Those have the most volume for sure, but you can go 250s or 255. Those will work well too. Tesla's still feeling the pain here. Not chasing this stuff, guys. Do whatever you want, but I'm not. If it wants to do this orange line here, I don't know if you can see it. This orange line down here is that low from 2 days ago. So that's to me the important level through 260. Ideally, I could get some sort of entry up in here, but right now with the market just tanking, it's not really giving me a safe entry. $265 about to break is what it is. Like I said, if this wants to break through here and kind of retest 265, and that's kind of the area that we have to trade, that's fine too. And honestly, if it comes down here a little bit further, it'll make me more inclined to try to hold through that low from Tuesday and then see if we can get that 260 break as well. We're only 7 minutes in, guys. Just want to see a bounce, though. We didn't break 265, which is great. At least yet. Big Bri, you're new and looking to join on YouTube. Here, you can scan this QR code on the screen. Tried to bounce again, but Tesla can't seem to find any sort of strength. I'm going to stick to my rules, though. I got to see a bounce. I got to see some sort of like relief bounce here for me to, even if it comes up around 267.50, 268, that's all I want. Does that mean actually the QR code? No, it's not me. You should be able to see me if you're looking at YouTube, Scott. Or search sleep, I mean. Let's see. SPY in QR bouncing now, so that's good. Tesla still just can't seem to bounce. I really do not want to chase this. I'm okay with missing out on stuff here. I don't want to miss out on this like 262 to 260 level. That's where I may be a little bit more inclined to be aggressive there. But ideally, we can get some sort of entry up here that we can then hold down there too. So here we go. A little bit of a bounce, 267. I want to see this get back up closer to VWAP and start failing. That, to me, is what would make this so much better. Starting to see a little bounce. We didn't even break 265 as well, so that's definitely a positive. Part of me wants to take a starter position above 267, around 268 if I can get it. It's obviously very risky. Just want to see one little quick pop that I could take advantage of. It's trying to get above 67 and it's struggling. Market's kind of struggling as well. Market's starting to roll over. Tesla just couldn't do it. I may try this new low, guys. Starting to slip a little bit. Market is rolling over. Still want this to bounce higher. Red to green candle. We may get an actual bounce now. That's good. That's really what I want. Nice. Okay, good. I'm glad I held back on that. There we go. Nice little pop here from the overall market. I think I'm going to just try to, I'm going to grab one 260 put up here, guys. Just as a kind of a crazy early, we just got that pop that we could take advantage of. So if it gets above 269, I would get out, but I just have a tiny position up here just because we got that quick put. Yeah, 260 put is what I did. Already up really nicely. Oh my God, look at that. Market just rolled over quick. I'm already up really nice. Up 10% right now. I will add to this just a little bit right before 265. Okay. Now we have a pretty good price up there that I don't want to mess with because now we have a total cushion for this trade that we can let just go all the way down here to 261, 260 if we can get this. But now this is stalled out. It's kind of given us a bear flag here that we can work with. So as long as this can just slip up here, the market rolled over beautifully. So I just want to see if Tesla can do this. Again, I'm in really small size. So if we get above VWAP, I'll just get out. But if we can stay right here and just crack this 265 level with some volume, I think we're gone. Everyone should still be sitting green, I think. If you got in on that green candle that popped up, you should be fine right here. We just got to see this break 265. I'm in small, so I'm not worried at all. I'm either going to let this break all the way through or it stops me out. I'm not too worried. If you want to take profits here, you totally can. You should be up around 5-10%. Another little bounce here. I'm still green on this. Wow. This is setting up beautifully, guys. Look at this 2-minute chart, too. This just looks ready to crack. Might just take a minute or two here. But I think you'll see one nice red candle just slip right through. Got to see this break 265. That wall's there, too, because we didn't break 265 earlier, which is just perfect. Here we go. I haven't added anything yet. I could. I added. All right, here we go. I want to see this get smashed right here. 3 cents away. Broke right through it. I'm already up really nice. Want to look for some continuation here, guys. I'm not looking for a 30-cent break. I'm going to scale out of a little bit, though. Just kind of just take some profit off the table on this next new low here. 61 on the bid, new low. Come on, break that 50 cents. Here we go. About to scale out. About to scale out. Nice. Okay, I sold a little bit there. Still holding half. Come on, keep it coming, baby. I think there's more in this. Remember, like I wanted to take entries up in here just so I can get some sort of trade around 260. So I wanted, this is like a different scenario than if I traded it right off the open. Okay. I want to try to be patient, but don't hold your entire position. I'm already out of half. Be smart. Let this thing go. If it bounces up, it bounces up. I have a break-even stop loss in place. My fill is 439 right now, and we're sitting at $5. Little bounce there. All week, you've kind of seen these breaks. It kind of goes sideways a little bit and then goes straight back. I don't like how this is bounced already this much. I'm already about to hit a break-even stop on the rest. I need to see a rejection here quickly. The market bounced pretty hard too, which kind of ruined that. Good little rejection there. Come on, flip right back over. I'm going to switch to a 2-minute chart. Yeah, I don't love that. I do not love that, but I'm still going to stick in this trade. If it holds under 267, I'll stay in the trade. If it gets above that, I'll be out. I really want to try to be patient with this move here. But I already sold half. There we go. Back to 265. Come on, get back under that. 30 cents away. Back above 266 here. Still green on this trade. I can't believe that was the break after that kind of that setup we had there. I think there's still more here. It's just got to be patient with it. Every time it gets above 266, though, it seems to give it up on the bid, which is a good sign. Back to break even here. I'm going to give it 267. Need to see it reject that. This could still just be consolidation here. Nice little rejection so far. Back to green on the trade. Low of the day, 264.40. I want to see this roll right back over quickly here. I don't want to see it just hang out up here much longer. Could give it VWAP, but I don't want to give it that much that far. I don't want it to eat into my profits that much. I'm literally break even right here, so can always get back in the trade if we want. But that, guys, is a perfect example of why you scale out, right? If we were to try to hold the whole position for the move down to 261, it wouldn't be a green trade, or it wouldn't be much of a green trade as it was. Sitting 267 again. It's kind of where I want to see it reject, up in this area. Nice rejection. See if this can just fold right back over again. Market's a bit choppy. I may take a little bit off break even here just to kind of mitigate some risk. 450 a contract. Yeah, so I mean, I'm green. Let's see. Back under 266. I'm going to give this a chance here. I want to see that bid really start dropping here. Come on, slip. I'm gonna sell some here, break even, guys. Still think there's a good chance this can happen, but I'm not gonna pay to see it. I still have some of my position on, so just keep that in mind. I'm still, and I can always add back into this trade. I can always add back around to, 65. Overall, that was a solid trade. I mean, we bought the top of that and then sold that bottom right there, which is really, really solid. Still rejecting 267 here on the 1-minute chart as well. Just got to see this fold back over. I think there's a much bigger move in it to the downside. I hate that it didn't happen right in the first try. All right, back above VWAP, or back to VWAP here. I'm not going to give it much more room in this little bit. Yeah, PW, of course. If I get back in this trade, I'll tell you guys. Right at VWAP here, trying to get above it. If we close above VWAP, I'm going to get out. Of that last little bit. Kind of rejecting a little bit. Market's bouncing kind of hard. I think this could just start ripping here. So let's see what Tesla does. Still rejecting it. If it breaks through 268, I'm gone. All right, I'm out. Now I wait. Yeah, okay. Well, I was up over double that, but I'll take the little bit of green. Could have been a lot better, but whatever. I can't believe that didn't continue. The one day that it doesn't. I mean, yesterday it just freaking went crazy. Whatever. Still a good trade. I'll take it. Market rejecting a little bit. We can always get back in this trade, guys. So that's why I'm not really that worried about it. I don't think anyone should be red on that. Whoa, did y'all see that rejection? Look at that. Look at that. What was the risk on one contract? What do you mean by that, PW? That trade was up close to 20% there at one point at the bottom. That's where I sold half my position for green. So if y'all that could only do one contract, you're not going to be able to scale out of a trade with me. You know what I mean? So that you're sometimes you just have to accept that you can't catch the big trade and you have to just take the profits when you see them. I mean, I think that first buy signal on the early entry was just perfect. If you didn't buy there, then obviously I thought this would break much further, guys, right? So I get it. You kind of held on to it. But if you can't take profits with me here, then that means your stop loss has to be tighter. You can't let this bounce $2 on you, but I can because I have a profit cushion and I still have a good fill. You know what I mean? So I can't manage everybody's trade individually. I have to just be transparent with what I'm doing. I think that trade was like a C minus. Like the way it moved was like a C minus move. The setup to me was great. It did everything I wanted. We got the bear flag. We got our entry up here closer to VWAP. We had volume on the break, 265, and then it broke 60 cents. That's a move where I want to see it go, $2, $3, or $4 pretty quickly. So, in the grand scheme of things, if you were red on that, I think that what you lost on the red part of the trade would have been 4 times as small as a win on that trade. So keep that in mind. There's just different ways to trade. And like I said, I can't individually help each and every one of you. I have the 260 puts still loaded up, Scott. Back to VWAP here. So just kind of sitting here at VWAP. This could easily just explode back to the upside, guys. So obviously there's no entry up here for me. I'm just going to wait. Maybe we get a re-entry on this. Maybe we don't. I do have to leave a little early today because I have a midterm exam. But still got at least, 15, 20 minutes here. Could easily still happen. Look how choppy the market is too. To me, that's another factor in why that didn't slip down as good as I thought it could. We're, like I said this morning, we were down 1.5%, and we didn't really get a bounce on the market until these last couple minutes. We're still down 1.88, 1.9% on NQ. We're down 1.5% on SPY. So if this rolls back over, guys, with some volume and we come down, I may enter this right around 265. Obviously, I'll tell you if I do that, but I don't know. I'm not thrilled with the price action today at all, to be honest with you. But this is back to those entry prices we had, 430, 440. Looks like this still wants to drop, though. I don't know. Futures are so choppy. They could easily just bounce here and Tesla goes right back to 268. So again, don't care about entering up here. I'm waiting for like a new low. Let's see, what does this look like on a different chart here? 2 minutes still red. Five minutes still doesn't look bad, to be completely honest with you. It looks like we need to just break right back under 266, and that'll give us a chance. So you look at the 5-minute chart. You're starting to see volume die out up here. So if we see volume come in, if this rolls back over, there's still a trade. Just got to give it a sec. Come on, break down. Listen, I think if we can see some volume through 266, that should get this back to that low of the day. Still seeing some topside wicks here. We just haven't given up yet. I mean, look at 266. Look how many times we've bounced off that these last couple minutes on a 1-minute chart here. We cracked out with some volume that should help us start moving lower. Just broke it. Got to see some volume pick up. It's just going to bounce again. Broke through it a little bit. Starting to speed up at just a hair. Still doesn't look that great. NQ starting to roll over, trying to go for a low of the day. So is SPY. I don't know. Again, I'm not entering up here at all. I got to see, probably a break at 265 or at least some momentum in the 265. Look at that bounce. Wow. Whoa, look at that. Okay. Is there news here on Tesla? I don't see any news. Market bounce, but to me, Tesla had a bigger bounce in the market. Just kind of a retest of 270, though. See, market rejected that move. Tesla just rejected as well. Yeah, Trump exempted auto tariffs, though, I think, for a month from Mexico and Canada, from what I saw. Uh, Back to VWAP, starting to bounce here off VWAP. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really love it, but it's already past 30 minutes. There's still a chance, but it doesn't look as good. Even when I have to go, guys, just you can still watch this. You still kind of have another uptrend here that you can look at. Break of this volume through 265. The trade's still there. This is honestly just kind of like a huge bear flag looking thing. The market's just kind of choppy. It's down a lot and it just hasn't continued much. So that's kind of the issue here. If sellers just give up and start covering their positions and buyers coming on the market, that's where you're going to see everything kind of bounce like it did yesterday. Back up to 270 here. Market just ripped. This is a resistance spot for Tesla, though, right at 270. NQ and SPY are flying here. So I don't see any news, though, guys. So I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Tesla still didn't break 270. Let's look around. What everything else doing? NVDA still under 115. I don't know. I don't really see anything else that looks good. Look how choppy Meta was this morning. Futures starting to reject. Let's see if Tesla shows any sort of weakness on its own. If not, then this is probably done for the day. Doesn't want to give up 269. Broke back under a little bit there. I don't know. I think the day's probably done. Well, Search Sleep, it's like I don't know if it's going to be a reversal or not, right? Just because it fails, I'm not just going to quickly switch to calls, right? If I was looking at the downside, to me, that's just kind of a recipe for disaster. Trying to catch every sort of tick up and down. Market's still pushing. Wow. Tesla, not so much though. I don't know. This trade could easily come, guys, in an hour. I won't be here, which sucks, but there's nothing I can do. But I think it's pretty simple. You guys want to see a break of this uptrend, honestly, a break at like 266 with some volume. And then after that, it's just kind of play that 265 break and then into the low of the day. This easily could get down to 260 today if it wanted to. Okay. It just needs the market's help. The market was down a ton. That's why I wanted to wait for a bounce. Kind of took the scalp trade. Market just chopped around. It didn't really allow us to slip down as hard as I wanted to see. And to me, that was the huge problem. But the market's starting to bounce now. If it does that, trickles out, sells off, with some volume, with some aggression, then Tesla could be right back at low a day in just a few minutes. So I wouldn't totally disregard this, but if I put it 272, but I call it 26. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that because you're just buying it at high of the day. But above 270, guys, I mean, all this stuff could easily just reverse, right? I mean, Tesla could also go to 280, right? I don't know. It looks like Coinbase is like squeezing though. Look at Coin. But yeah. All right. Well, I'll stick around for another like 5 more minutes, guys. Then I got to get going. 100K volume to 100 volume. Yeah, it's not very good. Seriously, for sure. Tricky price action today, guys. Chop central for the first 30 or so minutes, and then now we're starting to just kind of rip up here on futures. So this market is hard. And no matter what, I want you guys taking all these trades with a small size. No reason to size up. These aren't A+ setups. The market is just going crazy. And the last thing that I want you to do is try to come in here and size up and try to capture what you think is going to be the next big move. See, Duco, that's perfect though. That's perfect. I mean, I was up like $800 at one point, and then I finished today at like 250, which kind of, I don't know, maybe like $600, but still, it's just, I mean, it sucks. Geo, why is that? Have you just kind of been going in too heavy, trying to swing stuff, buy dips and stuff like that? Where's just the tip? Is he in here? Heavy swings burning me. Yeah, it sucks. I hate them. I mean, these look like great buying opportunities for swings, but honestly, the market hasn't just kind of come down on its own. It's coming down because of the crazy news that we're seeing. So it just makes it a totally different environment than just a weak market. Once volume starts to die, then it's time to pull out regardless of the move. Typically, like the rule of thumb is no volume, no trade. Seriously. So if there's no volume, that's typically a sign for me to either get out of the trade or not be in the trade, or not take the trade. I mean, I'm gonna be pretty mad if I see this come back down while I'm gone and I can't trade it with you guys. I still think there's a chance. So don't sit around here and boredom trade though. Like Meta looks terrible. Snow looks terrible. Apple didn't really do anything. NVDA is just kind of slowly bouncing. Coinbase had a nice move. the last couple minutes, but I don't know how you predict that. Google, not great. I honestly think Tesla did have the best price action early on, and now it's just chopping around with the whole market, so it doesn't look as good. So when there's chop, all you do is wait for your levels, right? Don't try to early entry. Don't try to do all that. Just be a little bit late to the party, but at least catch it rather than trying to be early and get chopped up. So yeah, market just kind of sucks right now, guys. So keep an eye on it, set alerts, go make some breakfast with some coffee, whatever you got to do. And just kind of wait, you know. But other than that, guys, I got to get my stuff together and I got to head out the door here in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. How many contracts did you buy? I had 6 contracts. What makes you decide how many to buy? It all kind of depends on the trade, how much I'm willing to go in with and how much I'm willing to lose. Do you stay with the percent of your portfolio? I don't really pay attention to like the percentage of my portfolio. I'm never going in with more than like 10% of my portfolio. Definitely not more than like 15% if I even hit the 10% mark. So, but it all depends. It depends on the trade. If there's an A+ setup I've waited 3 months to take, I may go in with 10-15% of my portfolio. If it's a B- kind of trade like today's was, I'm going in pretty small. So, but obviously, if I had a really small account, you can't go in with 10%, right? Typically. Well, we're chopping up right under 270. No trades, Mark. Nice, no problem. Yeah, PW, of course. You guys can always reach out to me in DMs if you need anything, or in the chats. Just do at Ethan. I would say this is probably like a, I don't know, like a B setup. Let's see here. And Nikki, you may have someone coming in on a support ticket here pretty soon who just bought premium. Let's see. All right, I'm sending him to a support ticket. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to head out of here. I'm sorry to cut it short, but this is like the last big test I have before spring break. So I got to get this done. Y'all have a good rest of the day. I do have my coaching lesson tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time, or sorry, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I'll try. The next event today is in 45 minutes. It's going to be the coaching with Mr. Mad Maverick. So hope you guys go enjoy that as well. Happy Thursday, everybody. Please be smart. If you made money today, protect it. If you lost money, don't try to go get it back with terrible trades. Don't boredom trade. Don't overtrade. Obviously, I was up a lot more than I wish I was on that, but it is what it is. Market just kind of sucks right now, so don't give any more money to it. All right, that's it. I'm out. Bye-bye.